Remember back in the day, say between 2010 and 2014, when you're on your way home, someone just shouts, ping me when you get home, ping me, ping me, ping me. I don't know how it was around the world, but here in Nigeria, that statement alone was very, very significant. And again, between 2010 and 2014, having the latest Blackberry was like having the latest iPhone or the latest Samsung before it's even announced. That's how big and revolutionary it was over here. So where did it all go wrong around the world with Blackberry? Well, that's why I'm here. So let's get into it and find out. Once upon a time, the Blackberry were the kings of the smartphone market. In 2011, they were at their peak, and at that period, they sold about 50 million units and controlled 50% of US smartphone markets and 20% globally. Now, if you ask me, that is definitely an absurd number. But when you think about it, everybody between that era and that period had a Blackberry. Like literally everybody you knew had a Blackberry. Now it's 2020 and they've gone under. So now the question is, what happened to the Blackberry? One of the first things Research in Motion got right was targeting its audience and targeting them very, very well. So for one, they gave access to emails on the go for business owners and business individuals. Now this was a period where they had chunky laptops, their phones were bigger than my face, and so many other things. For one, it was the first smartphone way before Apple and Android came along. It was the first phone that could access emails and provide limited web functionalities, which made it indispensable to business people as they were used to the big, chunky laptops, like I said, and the big cellular devices. Another thing that BlackBerry did well was in its marketing. So they did something called guerrilla marketing, whereas they went to conferences that business people were in and they offered them a BlackBerry, their salesmen or saleswomen offered them a BlackBerry for a month and said, use it and let us know what you think. And this was a big substitute for the laptops, the slow and big laptops they were using. So this is how word of mouth went around and people started knowing what BlackBerry was. So as the fire caught on, non-business people started noticing and started wondering what the BlackBerry was. And with that, BlackBerry, or Research in Motion at the time, created what they called the BlackBerry Pearl, which targeted non-business people, people like me, people like you, and just see how it was. And that's when BlackBerry Messenger, or BBM, came along. BBM or BlackBerry Messenger. You were supposed to be the one, you were supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to take us to the promised land, but you failed. I don't want to get all emotional, but the reason why BlackBerry was even popular back in the day was network carriers used to charge high amounts of money for text messages and multimedia messages, or MMS. It's so weird saying MMS right now. I don't think I ever got it working on my MTN back in the day. Anyway, BlackBerry was the WhatsApp of today. BlackBerry was the iMessage of today. Now, it was such a status symbol to have a BlackBerry and BBM on your same device. If you didn't have it, you were not part of the cool kids. It was nothing short of revolutionary at the time. It was so revolutionary at the time, it catered to everybody. It catered to business owners or business people, the casual users. Even the younger generation were gravitating towards RIM and BlackBerry Messenger. So now, where did it all go wrong? How did someone go from here to here? And it's just two words: Steve Jobs. That genius bastard, rest in peace, hopped on stage and said they're revealing an iPod, an internet communicator, and a phone. On stage, it looked like three separate devices, but it was just all in one. And the crowd went absolutely wild. Now, mind you, this was 2007 and nobody had reinvented the wheel by this margin ever. The first iPhone was 3.5 inches with 166 pixels and was 11.6 millimeters thick. And at the time, it was the thinnest smartphone out there. Now, really compare that with the BlackBerry that had, well, just let's see what it had. The iPhone did everything better. It had a bigger screen, it had an interactive touch screen, better multimedia player, a better camera, and the browser was a big factor due to the fact that it was a proper screen and you could proper browse the internet. Clearly, the X factor was the fact that the iPhone had a 3.5-inch screen, better and bigger than the BlackBerry. Now, hindsight is such a funny thing sometimes when you look back. When the iPhone got revealed, when Steve Jobs announced the phone, the founder for Research in Motion said, and I quote, "This is an impossibility. The network won't be able to carry this. It's illogical that anyone would even propose this." And to be fair, he was kind of right. There was no way, I mean, the first couple months of when the iPhone released, it was really buggy and it got sued for a lot of things, but they went back indoors and actually got it right. Now, this is why I say we should give foldable phones a chance. You know, foldable 1, foldable 2. Anyway, I digress. So after Apple got through its rocky patch and started catching on, the big executives at Research in Motion didn't still act fast. They felt that they had a different audience, which were the business people to who Apple and Steve Jobs were targeting. Now, a lot of people say that innovation is what killed Blackberry. I'm inclined to agree, but it's definitely much more deeper than that. See, without third-party apps, your phone would be really boring. Now, really think about it. Really think about your phone without third-party apps on a daily basis. A world without Adobe Spark, a world without Shazam, a world without Injustice 2, yeah, that's the world I do not want to live in. So yeah, no. Jim Basil, former co-CEO of Research in Motion, quoted saying that there may be 300,000 apps on the iPhone, but the only app you need is your browser. Which just sums up the thinking behind the company, just sums up how and why they were destined to be run to the ground. Eventually, after trying to play catch up with both Apple and Android, and if you're in the tech world, you already know that if you're playing catch up, it means you've already lost. Blackberry sold their company in 2016 to TCL, a Chinese company. Now, the deal was that Blackberry supplied the software while TCL supplies the hardware. And that's 2 decades after the first Blackberry was launched. And it's 2020, and that deal clearly did not work. So now Blackberry are a cybersecurity company that occasionally brings out phones. Like the last one they brought out was a Blackberry Key 2, which I don't think anybody bought. But if you did buy, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think about the phone. Android and Apple dominated for quite a long time, but it's Blackberry that really allowed them to do so by getting too comfortable at the top and not innovating where they needed to innovate, which just tells us that someone out there wants to take your spot. What Blackberry did you use when it was in vogue? And what do you actually think killed Blackberry? Comment below and let me know. If you also like this video, click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, now would be a great time to do so, as I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by April of 2020. You can also follow me on my social media at KJOS Videos on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys at the next one where we talk all things tech.